him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Smack 'em a gob, it's time for the only news that matters. And former Megadeth guitarist Chris Poland discussed Dave Mustaine's public accusations in a recent interview with David Ellefson. Mustaine's public statements had significant professional consequences throughout Poland's career. He says, "I have no regrets about everything that happened except one. I really regret Mustaine for years would go on stage and call me a liar. I never really thought much about it, and then I did the math and realized that's why things were so hard for me to try to get any deals." Poland shared a specific example of these accusations affecting his career opportunities. He said, "I walked into Carvin Guitars one day and I thought, you know what? These guitars aren't bad. I want to talk to the A&R guy." So I spoke to the guy and he goes, "Dude, we don't use people like you on our roster." So I was like, "Oh, okay." Poland reflected on Mustaine's impact, saying, "So, I have a feeling that Dave's anger with me about what it was really like dragging around a fucking 50-pound ball all the time back then. It's not sour grapes or anything. It's just, it finally dawned on me just how much damage that really did." His revelations provided new perspective of his history with Megadeth and its career impact. Records from Wikipedia show Poland joined Megadeth in 1984 as Kerry King's replacement. This marked a crucial period in the band's early development. Poland's contribution shaped two landmark albums, which is Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, and Peace Sells, But Who's Buying? Those two are my favorite Megadeth albums. Last FM historically records indicate his departure followed a Hawaii show. The split occurred amid allegations of selling band's equipment to fund a heroin addiction. Poland's career continued to evolve after Megadeth. The Omaha artist notes his successful 1990 release Return to Metropolis. Hey, I got that CD. He later performed with Damn the Machines and Circle Jerk. Poland developed a unique guitar style after an injury. His approach featured smooth phrasing and wide leaps. This technique continues to influence modern guitar players despite his professional challenges. All right, there you go. Sounds like sour grapes, but hey, whatever, you know. All I know is that Chris Poland was the greatest guitar player Megadeth ever had. He stole equipment for a heroin habit, and yeah, that's lame, whatever. But, you know, obviously the guy is not on heroin anymore, and he has been challenging. You know, there was a time I saw Flotsam and Jetsam on the Quattro tour, and I didn't know this till I got there, but Damn the Machine was playing. And I talked to him, and I live very close to the Washington Square venue, that I ran home and I got a Megadeth promo picture and Return to Metropolis and the Damn Machine. I already owned all those CDs. I brought them all over. And he signed them all, and he was such a nice guy, man. And he was probably off everything by then. It sure seemed that way. But, yeah, and he replaced Kerry King. I do have a news story coming out of Kerry King talking about Dave Mustaine. You know, about, you know, how many band member changes he's had and so forth. Man, Chris Poland is up there, man. My favorite thrash guitar players has to be Chris Poland, Bobby Gustafson, ex-Overkill guitar player, Josh Christian from Toxic, Jeff Waters from Annihilator. Those are the top-notch metal guitar players, thrash metal, what have you, man. are just flawless, and they're all different in a way where Chris is more like, you hear a jazz influence in it, but it's kind of like, it's over the top. It's over the top to hear the stuff he plays. Like, God damn, that guy can play. I mean, insane. And then you add Gar Samuelson, the most insane drummer, you know. Another one of my favorite thrash drummers. He'd be up there, you know. Insane, you know. I'll never forget seeing, I saw Megadeth twice with this lineup. They played 2 nights at the Cameo Theater. And I'll never forget the silhouette of Gar Samuelson. He looked like an octopus playing up there. The silhouette of him, it was just unbelievable how, you know, and also Mustaine and Ellefson. I mean, tight. At that time, that was Megadeth at their most vicious, man. It's kind of like I equate it to Iron Maiden. See, when Iron Maiden got Dickinson, Steve Harris wasn't all over the fretboard like it was on the first 2 albums. And I feel this way about David Ellefson. David Ellefson, man, his playing on those first 2 albums, unbelievable. Unbelievable bass player. He's really fast with his hands. Get it? Alright, yeah, that's not cool, man. Come on, man. Give the guy a break, really. So what if he was poaching the egg? Really? Or shaking hands with the milkman? Or cutting the carrot? Or making waffles? Or shucking the corn? Or making soup, you know? Oozing your noodle, you know? Beef stroking off. Yeah, he's cooking cucumbers. He was seasoning the meatloaf. He was fishing with dynamite. I don't know what that one meant. Anyway, he was finding Nemo, okay? He was marching the penguin. He was petting the cat. He was spearing the bearded clam. Burping the worm. Tugging his slug. You know? Manual overdrive. You know? Double clicking. You know what I mean? Debugging the hard drive. You know? Clicking the home page. You know? Liquidating the inventory. You know? Alright, enough of that. Okay? In related news, I heard David Ellefson is going to be on that new Metallica Load box set they're releasing with all unreleased stuff. Yeah, there's going to be an album there of David Ellefson. They just called it Load. Alright, going back to the Mustaine thing, you know, everybody knows Mustaine's a prick, this and that. You don't really hear anything bad about Chris Poland, but, you know, let's just say this is all true. David's allegations that, you know, he stole band equipment to pay for his heroin habit, and Dave went to the press with it. You know, I can understand, you know, God, you're throwing this guy under the bus if you're older, you know, like me. But when you're young, you're 20 and you're on smack yourself, you're going to be blabbing. So, you know, and if he did steal all that shit, hey, man, that was messed up. But, you know, I think he turned another leaf, if you ask me. I think Chris Poland is sober now and doesn't steal or nothing. It's just wishful thinking, but I think that is the case. You know, because if he was still stealing and shit, we'd know about it, just like Vinnie Vincent. That guy's always stealing from people. We always find out. But anyway, that's messed up. But what do you think? Leave it in the comments below. Is it sour grapes with Chris Poland or whatever? Dave Mustaine's to blame? Whatever. Let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching The Only News That Matters. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And ring that little notification bell. I totally would appreciate that. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies.
seas of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.